Astrea and Nebula. Astrea meaning a starry night, Nebula being the galaxy dust which creates the stars. One unlimited destruction while the other infinite creation. Just like the two beings in the Fortnite storyline. The nothing, unlimited darkness and destruction, and the everything being all creation. These two beings, Astrea and Nebula, are embodiments of cosmic space as a single being. One being an embodiment of creation while the other darkness. While Astrea having a heart of void, bringing up singularity yet again in its description. The character which never was Paradigm. But as Donald Master told us, this character being one of the most important ones in the storyline, which we do not realize yet. Singularity is much higher in ranking than Io, the Seven, or any of them. She knows secrets of the omniverse which no one else does. Singularity there being what Nebula is an embodiment of, the everything, or someone related to her. Astrea and Nebula are two beings of opposites who reached out into finding each other across time and space. One being in the realm of darkness, a realm beyond all realities, while the other, Nebula, probably being within what we saw in Season X. That was a realm across time and space as well. You're seeing these two realms beyond all realities reaching into each other in this loading screen. To most people, creation and destruction would fight each other. But as I have been saying in this video or this other one or all the videos I've been making in this year, not in the Fortnite storyline. Once the creation and destruction find each other, they hold the hand of peace coming together. Astrea is a being and a symbol of what happened to the everything and nothing. As I have been saying in forever now, these two are the gods of entire darkness and void, while the other entire creation and light. In the beginning, once the two gods found each other, they were all lonely, as Astrea has said to have been. But no more, since they're now together. The two beings created peace among each other, and the ultimate plan should have been to fuse them into one. Exactly why we have the fusion skin in Season 1 Chapter 2, or the 0 points description is everything and nothing. These are what happens once everything and nothing fuse. Creation and darkness both mixed into one. Astrea and Nebula together become unlimited destruction, while also infinite creation. 0 point is called a creator and a destroyer. The black hole in Season X is called a destroyer and a creator. Renzo himself being named a destroyer, while also called a creation and creator by Mystica. This idea of creation and creator, as I said, is directly connected to the two gods, which because of them the entire omniverse of darkness and light was born. And the loop, the reality zero and its islands, the idea of a perfection. Exactly why the last reality keeps telling us we will find our true selves once we join them. It's all because of a last reality. A perfect ordered world should be a world where everything that exists is mix of creation and darkness. A fusion of both of them. Everything and nothing try to break the borders between these two powers of dark and light. But that would only happen at the cost of all billions of realities dying except one, which I do not think the Everything Goddess was fine with this. Therefore, that's breaking the peace among the darkness and light gods, beginning the Fortnite war. This is why Donald calls singularity way important in the storyline than we think she is. The most important part of the story is connected to this idea of everything and nothing. So singularity has always been connected right into these two gods. Never Paradigm, that was made up by the community. This is also why when Lexa saw Astrea in Aegis's castle, she was asking whether this Astrea is a friend or a foe. Friend being Nebula herself, while Astrea the foe one to them. Don't forget how Astrea was also brought into Aegis's castle right in one of the final updates. And in this season, that is exactly where Kado and his time machine is located at now. While in Asterea's trailer story parts, there is even intentionally a moon put right in the middle of the Eclipse statue, and her directly looking at it. Astrea should be the one who helps Kado bring all he has into the island and take over the citadel, therefore making Kado work for the darkness and void beings. Even more proof to how I've been saying that both Kado and Astrea both work for the last reality. Astrea and Nebula reaching into each other, they want to become one. They want the idea of a last reality to happen. And why everyone in this story at this point work for the last reality is because we lost. The last reality has won this omniversal war. Exactly why this season's name is The Last Resort. As I have been saying, The Last Reality sees the future and they manipulate every single second of Fortnite's storyline. They never ever have failed fighting us. The one who has always failed is always been us. Then finally, Chapter 4 is when The Last Reality finally happens. Light and darkness among all 5 realities fusing into one single reality, while all other billions of realities destroyed. At the middle of doing everything needed for the last reality to happen, they also try to invite as many of us as possible to join them. Last reality in Chapter 1 created darkened the snapshot of loopers who they thought to be perfect beings. Then they created a darkened snapshot of Midas and collected him. The last reality invited people to join them in Season 7 and 8 Chapter 2. Then in Chapter 3, the last reality began their paradise. They stole the 7, corrupting them to join them as well since the 7 are perfect beings. And paradise was paradise of the last reality celebrating their victory. Victory of how now 90% of all perfect beings and everyone they needed are now on their side. And how they won this war. We are the ones who lost. The name Last Resort is telling us how yes, it's done, the last reality won and we lost. But we still have one final shot in saving ourselves. That being to steal the time machine and travel right before the last reality became so big and so unstoppable. Stop them right at the beginning. There is no hope left in saving this timeline, but perhaps we can save another. The last reality will happen in the next season, Season 5 Chapter 4. Then it is exactly why Kato is here and has said turning Reality Zero into his new home. I will go through this in full detail in the next video, so make sure to subscribe not to miss the video.